Hello, I'm Sarah from the League of Women Voters of the Tennessee Valley, and I'm here to walk you through the process of completing an absentee ballot in Alabama. The League of Women Voters is a nonpartisan organization founded in 1920, the same year that the 19th Amendment was adopted, granting women the right to vote in the United States. For the last 100 years, the League has remained committed to empowering voters and defending democracy for everyone, not just women. If you wish to vote absentee, you will need to submit an application for an absentee ballot. Visit alabamavotes.gov and click Absentee Voting to get an application. View our video in the same series on the application process for instructions on completing an absentee ballot application. Remembering that for most absentee ballot applications, you will need to submit a photocopy of your photo ID. When you receive your absentee ballot package in the mail, it will contain the ballot, a secrecy envelope, an affidavit envelope, an orange mailing envelope, and instructions. When you've made your voting decision, mark your ballot carefully with a black pen. Fill in the circles completely. Do not use check marks, X's, or circles. If you use check marks or X's, the tabulating machine may not be able to read them. Only select one oval for each office on the ballot. If you make a mistake on your ballot, you have limited choices. The best thing to do is contact the absentee ballot manager from whom you received your ballot. They can spoil your first ballot and give you a new one. However, this may require a trip to the absentee election manager's office. Trying to correct your ballot may result in an overvote. When your ballot is complete, fold the ballot along the creases. Place the ballot in the secrecy envelope and seal. Place the secrecy envelope inside the affidavit envelope. And seal. You will need to complete the top of the affidavit carefully and legibly, starting with your county, and fill in the rest with your information: your street address, city or town, zip code, and birth date. Select the reason that you are voting absentee. Your affidavit will need to be signed. But wait! You must sign it in the presence of 2 witnesses over 18 or a notary public. When you have witnesses, sign your affidavit in front of them and print your name on the lines provided. Then, have the witnesses, or notary, sign the affidavit and fill in their information. Place the completed and signed affidavit envelope inside the orange mailing envelope and seal. You can only return 1 ballot per envelope. You can either mail or hand deliver your ballot to the absentee election manager. If you choose to mail it, it requires $1.20 in postage and must be received by the absentee ballot manager no later than noon on election day. We recommend that if you are mailing your ballot, you mail it no later than Thursday, October 22nd. You can also deliver your absentee ballot in person. If you are delivering your ballot, it must be delivered by close of business on Monday, November 2nd. Please note, only you can deliver your ballot. No one else can deliver your ballot on your behalf. If you do not have witnesses for your affidavit, you can have it witnessed at the absentee office. Wait to sign your affidavit until you are in the presence of witnesses. Do not drop off your envelope, assuming someone else will witness it for you. To help make sure your ballot is counted, please make sure you did the following. 1. You marked your ballot using a black pen and completely filled in the ovals for the candidate of your choice. You only marked 1 choice for each race on the ballot. 2. You filled in your affidavit completely, including county, address, birth date, and selected the reason for voting absentee. 3. You signed your affidavit. 4. You had either a notary or 2 witnesses sign your affidavit. 5. You have at least a week and a half before the election. If you do not, please consider hand-delivering your ballot to the absentee election manager. You can track the status of your absentee ballot at myinfo.alabamavotes.gov. Enter your registration information, select I am not a robot, if you're not a robot, and hit Look Up. Note: when the tracker says accepted at the final stage, all this means is that your envelope has been received, not that it has been approved or counted. There is no way for you to know if you made a mistake or a way for you to remedy that. That's why we urge you to double-check everything to make sure that your vote has the best chance of being counted. If you'd like to sign up for text message reminders for the election, scan this QR code in your smartphone's camera as if you were taking a picture. Then, click the link that appears on the top. Please note, once your application for an absentee ballot is approved, your name is removed from the in-person voter rolls. If you fail to return your absentee ballot on time, you may go to your polling place and request a provisional ballot, but to avoid complications, we strongly recommend that you return your completed ballot with ample time before the election. You are taking an important step today to vote safe Alabama. From the League of Women Voters of the Tennessee Valley, thank you and happy voting. If you have questions, need help, or want to get in touch with us, call, email, or visit us on the web or social media at LWVTNV.